Our family has been making this blueberry muffins recipe for years. I think we have it memorized at this point. Even so, every time I make these and pull them out of the oven, I am so impressed. They baked up so tall, so fluffy inside, beautiful with blueberries bursting out, and the sugar crust is our absolute favorite. You have to give them a try.
For the absolute best muffins, it's important to measure our flour correctly. Use the weight measurement in our recipe or use this fluff and scoop method. Stir the flour in your container to fluff it up, spoon flour into your measuring cup, then use a flat edge like the other end of the spoon and swipe away the excess flour. This method guarantees that you'll have the right amount of flour in your batter, meaning the muffins will bake up light and fluffy. We need 1.5 cups of flour. Granulated sugar makes these fluffy and tender. We need 3/4 of a cup. Now for what makes these muffins so wonderful. Just like our popular pancakes, a good amount of baking powder helps these muffins rise tall in the oven. We use 2 teaspoons and recommend using fresh aluminum-free baking powder. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and then whisk to combine. Use a measuring jug that holds at least 1 cup of liquid for the wet ingredients. Pour in a 1/3 cup of oil, then crack in 1 large egg. Pour in your milk until the liquid in the jug reaches the 1 cup line. Use dairy like me or use dairy-free milk like soy, oat, or almond. Add 1.5 teaspoons of delicious vanilla extract and then whisk everything together. Pour this into the bowl with our dry ingredients and use a spoon to fold everything together. I do this gently since over-mixing muffin batter can cause the muffins to be dense. We are just looking for the dry bits of flour to disappear into the wet batter, like this. You can use fresh or frozen blueberries in this muffins recipe. We need a generous cup.
We thought about refilming this shot, but Joanne's reaction was priceless.
I'm using fresh today, but if you use frozen, don't thaw them. Add the frozen berries straight to the bowl. Otherwise, the batter will turn purple. If you're like my 3-year-old, you might like the purple batter, but for everyone else, keep your berries frozen. Line your muffin tin with paper liners. This recipe has a few options at this point. For big-topped bakery-style muffins, use 8 liners. For standard muffins, use 10. And for mini muffins, use a mini muffin tin. You'll need 20 to 22 liners. Fill the muffin cups, and then if you have any muffins without blueberries on top, sneak in a few extra. Before baking, we add a little sugar to the tops of our muffins, which bakes to be a crackly sugar top. I love it. Now bake your muffins in a 400-degree F oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Mini muffins will take less time, so check the recipe on Inspired Taste for tips. Muffins are ready to come out of the oven when the tops are no longer wet and a toothpick inserted into the middle comes out with a few crumbs. Cool the muffins for a few minutes and then enjoy. These are bursting with blueberries, smell like sweet vanilla, and thanks to the baking powder and oil, are light and fluffy inside. Oh, and since we get the question so often, here's a batch of mini muffins we made earlier. They are just as fluffy and delicious. Now wait, before you go, remember I mentioned our popular pancakes recipe. Here's a sneak peek. They use baking powder just like these muffins. These are the fluffiest pancakes on Inspired Taste, and we love them. And just like this muffin recipe, it's an excellent base for other variations like blueberry pancakes, pumpkin pancakes, and banana pancakes. See you next time!